because this thing was not exactly complete when I got it. I'm still trying to figure out these bangs. Isn't she pretty? So we're gonna put these bad boys back on her. No, you guys don't care about the fashion aspect of this channel. I'm not even gonna tell you how long that took. Probably was me. That's probably my fault. The Kickstarter. I'm tired. It's Friday. Had a long week. Cool. So I got my new phone, new mic, new bangs, and I'm working on the CL72 engine today. I'm putting it back together. Let's see how fast I can knock this out. I've got a new rocker arm, new spark advance. I made my own copper gasket because it has a bore out kit and I couldn't find replacement gasket for it, so I had to make one. So in this episode, I'm going to do my best to get this together in an afternoon after work. I've been super busy. I know you guys have been wanting some updates, so let's just get to it. This is not indicative of me as a person, but yeah, I've been running out here, grabbing stuff, working on other things, not the bike, grabbing tools, laying them down, and getting yard. I got yard stuff going on. This is killing me. Freaking disaster in here. But I'm gonna clean this up just a tad. Hold on. Cleaned up, decked, cleaned up the valves, homemade gasket. I'm really hoping that my new studs here are gonna be the right length. I got my Bill Silver little tip booklet. I just don't want this engine to explode, you know, or something crazy. I don't want to detonate a piston or something.
Oh dear. That's gone bang.
Alright, I gotta show y'all that putting this back together. You know what? This came out fine before. It's so hot in here. I'm gonna have to put this in the daggum freezer. Okay, while that's cooling off, let me show you something you've seen before. So this is I had to order a new rocker arm. You can see that one's got a pretty decent flat spot in it. And I ordered a not new one. Nice and pretty. See the difference? So that's going to help out. And then this is my spark advance on my cam sprocket. And it's welded. It's supposed to have springs. So I ordered a new one. This guy was parting out a bike. This one looks pretty nice, actually. I haven't even really looked at it. Look at that. He has it all cleaned up for me. My little, my weights. I don't know what all's been done to this bike. All I know is the top end stuff and some cosmetic stuff. I don't know. Somebody raced this thing and they welded these weights. So hopefully this isn't going to throw something else off. It shouldn't, but I never know. So I got this. Nice and new. He took it all apart and he cleaned it up. Looks pretty good. Looks like I did it. Okay, so I've got these bearings oiled up. Got that pushed out. So luckily for me, I'm so neurotic they have this where it can really only go in one way, and you can see this really wide tooth right here. It matches with the end of this cam, and you'll notice it's at, that's a top dead center mark. And get this down in here. Holy crap. You guys don't know, but it took me 45 minutes to get this off. And everybody wonders, why don't you update more on the bike and all this stuff all the time? It's because like everything with me is just struggle bus. Struggling. Get this. Oh yeah, this is backwards threaded, which I knew that wasn't the problem. Believe it or not, that was not my issue. There we go. That was nice. That was satisfying. Okay, let me get the other side out of the freezer. Oh yeah, this is so cold it's hurting my hands. I'm gonna make sure this is going in straight. It is not. All right, let's do it the prescribed way.
The next day.
Okay, this is the next day. I had to stop and go inside. So let's try this again with the bearings going in, and we'll just hope for the best. Ice cold. All right, camshaft in. You see that? Ta-da. All right, so these are intake, outtake Pacific. So the big ones are on the intake. Right. One, I got my giant clock screwdriver. Just you help me wiggle it in there. Okay. All right, now 3 more.
The next day.
We're back. So I've installed this cam and the rocker arms like 3 times. This is the next day now. What did I do? Put in the, wow. Okay, I'll put that back on. I'm still trying to figure out these bangs. Fine, I'll get a hat. Wheels Through Time hat. Don't judge me, guys. I'm a girl. Hair is life. So we're gonna rock this. Okay, so installed everything. Then I realized that I didn't have the camshaft at top dead center, and it needs to be at top dead center for when I put it back on and put, start messing with stuff. Then I took everything out. The trying to get the rocker arms out, I pulled the camshaft back apart. Had to fish everything out. Then reinstall everything, was putting the rocker arms back in, putting the Tapex screws back in, and I see my little dish, my retention screw for my points shaft that is not installed. So then I had to take it all apart again. I'm done. So this is what I got. Isn't she pretty? So we're gonna put these bad boys back on her. So here's hoping that my everything is good. Beautiful. I'm also hoping that these case studs are the right length. Hello? What is the deal? I got it. Okay, that one, I can tell that one's not bound up anymore. All right. back together. Okay. All right, so it's been like 2-3 weeks since I've been out here. Found my old cycle gear shirt. I know you guys don't care about the fashion aspect of this channel, but yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, this shirt, I worked at Cycle Gear in like 2011, 2012. Pretty sure I was supposed to turn this back in when I quit. Yeah, I'm wearing it. That's how I used to wear it. Roll up sleeves. I was gonna get some shop shirts, and I remembered I had this hanging in the closet, so I never wanted to get rid of it. So I'm wearing my Cycle Gear shirt today. Like, decided I wanted to get a new cam chain, and we'll check out and see how worn out this one is. And then I realized I didn't have a cam chain breaker. I didn't have a chain breaker. I thought I did. I don't know what that was about. Okay. Got the new cam chain on. I'm not even going to tell you how long that took. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah. I don't know why I thought I had a chain breaker, because it's not like I'd ever used one before. I think I have a cheap one somewhere for like a bicycle chain that I used on a bicycle chain. Anyway, yeah, I had to break the chain, both chains, because my original chain, the master link, wasn't at top dead center, and I needed my cam to be at top dead center when I hooked the chain back on. And so, yeah, I don't know. That probably was me. That's probably my fault that I didn't do it that way last time. I don't really know. But also, I kind of like dropped the original chain down in there and I fished it out. And I think when I fished it out, it wasn't in the right position anymore. But I don't know. Anyway, so now I'm putting this master link back on, and it's making me nervous, as it always makes me a little bit nervous. But I'm putting my little master link back on. We're at top dead center now, and the opening of the little link, I don't know if you can see. You see that opening? It needs to be facing that way. But this is the easy part. Getting this off is what's always nerve-wracking to me, because I'm afraid it's going to go flying and end up down in the bottom of the crankcase, because that's happened to me before. And just by the grace of God, I was able to stick a magnet down in the engine case and fish it out. That happened like years ago, and I still am traumatized from it. Just need it to pop. Okay, that's on. Yay!
The next day.
Rolling. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the cylinder head cover back on, make sure all that stuff's torqued back down, and I'm going to go ahead and clean up the engine as best I can. And then I had ordered a while back from my alloybolts.com replacement bolts for this. So I did want to keep it mostly original, but I ordered these back when in like 2018 for this bike, so I figured I'd just go ahead and throw them on there if I don't like the way it looks, because they're like brand new, and this is never gonna look brand new. I'll take them off and put the original JIS screws back in. And I have a bunch of extra JIS screws from the CB175 video. So if I don't have any, because this thing was not exactly complete when I got it, I'll throw those screws on from my spare screw bin a Honda JIS screw bin, which is like a lifesaver. So we'll see. All right, so one thing I got in this kit that I actually like really needed were these acorn nuts. So most of the acorn nuts look somewhat similar to these. See how that top end popped out? That's what happens when you keep cranking down on one of these stud bolts that's too long. And they were using stacks and stacks of washers to try to mitigate that. So these have been replaced. I think I replaced at least these two and maybe these. These are the ones for the oil passages. They're fine. I don't believe I had to replace these. There was a pretty penny though. That's not a loud click. All right, so I wanted y'all to see this. I'm taking the not kickstand, the Kickstarter. I'm tired. It's Friday. Had a long week. Taking the Kickstarter apart. It's pretty rusty back in here. There's like a hole on the top of the crankcase that drains directly into the like alternator side cover. So I can already tell that my neutral light switch is all rusted. My spring for my Kickstarter's rusted. I've already cleaned the top, and now I'm gonna like clean the top. I've wiped it down and I've gotten some of that white corrosion stuff off. I'm gonna take the side cover off. I'm gonna take my Kickstarter off and see if we can diagnose that. But before I button it back up, I'm gonna clean it, and that's probably gonna take me a while. All right, so my microphone damn died. It's fine. I've got two. I just wish I'd noticed sooner. Is it on? It's on. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, this is the situation. I cleaned it out already. Yeah. Don't know if this is the right size front sprocket. It's a 15 tooth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. It's a 16 tooth front sprocket. I don't know if that's stock. I'll look it up. I could run this one other than the fact that it looks like it came from the surface of Mars. So I don't even know what the rear sprocket is either. And I hate doing the math on this stuff. I used to have to do it at Cycle Gear. It was the worst. I just couldn't do it. Pretty sure I'm just going to go ahead and replace the neutral switch. Here's the back of the cover. I got this, brand new spring in this bag, so we'll go ahead and replace that. I still have the ball bearing and my clutch adjuster. Front side clutch adjuster has been adjusted within an inch of its life. So in the spirit of what this bike is and trying to spend the minimal amount of money on it, more as like a challenge. And also I kind of want it to look like, you know, it's been worked on and kept alive against its will. I'm gonna just kind of clean that up and keep it the way it is. I don't know. I kind of want it to look like badass in that it looks like it's been well loved. I like, you know, I like, you know, pristine and beautiful, but that's not what this bike is ever going to be. So I think I'm just going to go full send the other way and just kind of make it just a gnarly looking, crusty old bike. So it's been raced. It's, you know, I think it's had that life of, it's been worn out. You know, they redid the whole top end. The top end's basically a bored out 305 top end. I don't even know what the CCs on this thing is now. They got the bigger carbs for it. And I mean, they welded the spark advance. You guys know all this stuff. Went as far as to drill holes in an aluminum side cover. Dang, it's all cracked right here. You see that? That's hanging on by a thread that's completely cracked all the way through. You see? It's just hanging on there. The only thing I'm not a fan of is that they completely sheared off the back of this. And this is where it would have had a bolt hole, and nothing's going to screw into this post now. Another thing for me to remember, which is more like middle notes when I rewatch this video, is that I'm going to go ahead and get new oil seals because it got really hot on the side. I'm also going to have to, I don't want to, but I'm going to need to go ahead and replace this dynamo. The wiring's like super bad. It's super crunchy. It got even worse after the fire. So, I'm going to have to spend at least $100 to get another one of these, and hopefully it'll be the right kind because these tend to be a little difficult to locate. I hate it, but I'm going to have to replace this. It's freaking stupid. I just hate that this is like I hate when something breaks and it's like you have to get a new one. Like you can't fix it. I'm certainly not going to fool with this. I'm not a engineer or a electrician or whatever would be able to fix that. I'm gonna try to knock this out. You guys will probably see this. This will be the wrap up of my video. I appreciate the patience. I got a really cool, it's like fan mail, basically saying, where are you at? You know, don't stop making videos. I miss your videos. And I just keep thinking about that and kind of the community, that very small community that this is. So I appreciate all my subscribers sticking with me. Any advice would be cool. And I'm going to keep cranking away. I'm going to keep cranking these videos out. I do enjoy doing this. And I'm really thankful for my subscribers, y'all who've stuck with me. Super grateful for any new subscribers, because you don't have to subscribe, but
it'd be a lot cooler if you did.
The plan is to get this cleaned up. I'm going to get this cleaned up, and then in the next episode, I'm going to drop it back into the frame and work on the wiring, see if we can get this thing fired up. So I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you guys on the next one.